done, I am going to do a live unboxing of a new snake. It's one of my reptiles, and it is a Brazilian rainbow boa. And I mainly just wanted to document me getting it out of the box, so I thought what better way than to do a live. So let me get the litter pan out of the background there. Not that anybody would care except me. All right, so it says no one's here yet, so hopefully I've got the fumbling around done. And there's Sam. Howdy, howdy, Huawei. Going to go ahead and get the tape cut off of it. The snake arrived this afternoon about 1:30 Eastern time, and I was at the Ark. Yeah, I knew that somebody else was going live now, so it's okay. People can come back and watch it. I just needed to go ahead and get it out of the box. So if no one shows up at all except you, that's fine. But go back over there and get your prize. Don't hang out here. Anyhow, I was at the Ark today, as I am every day it seems like, and I was in an interview and to do an adoption. And so the snake arrived, and I got the notification. And but I didn't look at my phone or see it, and it was 2 hours before I noticed it. So the snake sat outside. It was 44 degrees on my little table by the door for about 2 hours. So I rushed home and got it and just put it in the truck and took it back to the Ark and put it in a warm spot over there, about 76, 78 degrees. And just got home from the Ark a little bit ago. I guess it's, 7 o'clock, obviously. So you didn't enter for the prize. Well, damn it. Anyway, so I'm going to open it up. I've never had a snake this big. You know, I've got a ball python that I've had for a couple years since it was little. And if I'm nice to him, he's nice to me. This snake, I've never even seen it. I just had a description of what it could be. Underground Reptiles had a sale on, and I noticed that they had Brazilian rainbow boas, and these are adults, semi-adults, and they're 40 to 65 inches long. They had 8 of them, and they didn't say if they were sexed, unsexed, or what, but when it's half price, you know, you get on it. And so I was lucky enough to get one. The box is heavy, I can tell you. The box weighs probably 4.5, not quite 5 pounds. Now there are 3 anoles in there too. Just went ahead and grabbed those because they were on sale too. So I'm going to cut the tape, and it should be in a bag. So if that's the case, I'll be able to look down in the bag and kind of gauge, maybe even put the camera down there, but kind of gauge whether or not it's pissed off, or if it's bitey, or if it's relaxed, or I don't know the history of it. And hopefully there'll be more information in the box. So I've rambled for 4 minutes. There were 2 people here, now there's 1. So anyway, I'll go ahead and cut the tape. And the box does have holes in it for it to breathe too, by the way. So when you're sitting outside as a reptile, it's a little different than fish. And Worm is going to be my lovely assistant. She's here helping me. So, oh, and I've got on one of my Gunji t-shirts. Those came. Those are Worm's footprints. And I'm wearing Dan's Dragon. And like Dan said, I had the original sketch to this, just a black and white. So, without further ado, and of course this will probably set it. I love their boxes. They've got all kinds of things on them. Amphibians, reptiles, bugs, and which underground reptiles have. So I can sit on underground reptiles or any of the big reptile channels, or not channels, but shops for hours and do like them. So, but what it says is in here is that I also got a $25 Christmas cashback, which is issued after the order ships, and obviously the ship one adult Brazilian rainbow boa, and it's Epicrates centuria. I think it's the one brown and to the side of the rainbow, so I'm not sure what that means. I know this needs to be spearing everybody in here. So, and I hope that y'all can see some of what I'm doing. I worked with the camera for a little bit and then realized that I was just going to be late. So read first. If you have any issues, please contact us within 2 hours of delivery and I'll put moving there. So if there are issues, I missed that vote. So, and there's a scan. Join the elite, the underground reptiles elite, and they have some really cool options on there. Like a semi-favorite order, exclusive sales. So if you're really into reptiles or just getting into them, underground has some really good programs, and they need to say that, but just Mike's fishing friends are really going to be nice turning into them. So they always do an incredible packing job there too. Just an awesome packing job. It's been very quiet. It's a big old thing. It's been very quiet today at the park. So these are a little chilly inside. If they will warm up, I haven't had them inside long enough. So there's the anoles. A nice size, a good size. One small and two big ones. So that's a 3-pack. Very good price for that. I was getting them for feed for my African green bush snake, but since I no longer have it, I just get them as pets. And this is how snakes come ship. And you can see there's a lot of snake there. It's stacked up. He's cool, but he's not cold. I keep calling it a he. I bet it is glad to be in some normal there and be out of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and take a peek. Brazilian rainbow boas, things instead of acting. Handbrake fingers, they can crush bones actually. So it's not a snake like it's on touch. If everything goes well here. Oh Lord, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So its tail, but not its head, not the business part. Sorry, I'm just going to look here a minute. It looks like it's about to go in the shed. And I can't see that part of one eye. And there's actually some packing paper in here. I'm going to risk getting bit. It's his under the paper. So there we go. There he is. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Hey, we've been waiting on you for a long, long time. Oh, I've got a couple little scales missing. Oh, baby. Hey. I want to keep my hands free so that I want y'all to be able to see him or her. I think I'm going to name it Theo. That's the name of the day. If I can get the camera off the tripod. So there he is. There's his face right there. And of course, when snakes are still like that, you don't want to mess with them. They're a little scared and want to be invisible, and generally speaking. And he was flicking his tail and tasting the air when I first opened it, but he's not now. So I'm just going to back off here a little bit and leave him alone. He's doubled back so that he could definitely get a foot or 18 inches of himself out of there and onto my hand real quick if he needed to or wanted to. This damn camera, I knew it was going to give me trouble, so it is. There we go. There we go, maybe. I'm thinking you all can see that okay. And I'll just move. Actually, I can use this light maybe. He wasn't even breathing when I first opened the bag. And that was to be still and be invisible. Hey there. Hey there. It's just me. Where's that tongue? Where's the tongue? I talk to my snakes, you guys know that, and all my reptiles like they're like any other pet, any other animal. I think if I take this down a little now. There. I was looking at the paper. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, Mike. See Mike here. 7 people here. People been messaging each other. Bob's about to get bit AF. Get a finger cut off. Hopefully not. So I'm just going to leave him alone there for a minute. I didn't see any other information unless it's in the box or under the box as far as sex or anything. And I have the box back here with me. I know everybody's wanting me to pull him out of there, and I'm dying to do that too, but yeah, it's an unsexed snake. The only thing that's in there is some more of this paper that the bag was sitting on. They do an awesome job of packing. Of course, they're styrofoam, but they still put the holes in the cardboard box. If you just brought him in, let it sit in the bag for now. No, he's been sitting in the Ark all evening. He's been at the Ark like 4 hours. Sitting over there listening to the dogs and stuff. I had him in the kitchen where it was kind of quiet. So yeah, he's definitely acclimated. But yeah, you're exactly right. And thank you for the advice. Mike knows a whole lot more about this than I do. For the setup over there, kind of in the corner, I had not put a big bowl in there, and I was thinking I had a bowl that had like an ornamental design on it. The bowl that I've got in there probably won't be big enough, but it's big. It's a big salad bowl, but he'll displace the water in it. So we'll see. Sam, I need you to come and sex him for me. It shouldn't be too hard. Only take you and me and a couple other people. Venomous fish. I actually do have a couple of venomous fish. I actually do. I don't know. I can't remember if it's considered venomous or toxic. I think it's venomous. I get them mixed up sometimes. And when somebody says it wrong, I remember the correct. So you may be right. Got the lionfish. I had a one of the dwarf ones, and one of the other fish killed it. I mean, just suddenly overnight one night it shredded it. You don't have a lionfish yet. Makes me sad. Yeah, I did have one, I just told you. Another fish killed it. It was in the 40 breeder in the kitchen. But yeah, they're super cool. I like them. And you know, they're a dime a dozen, depending on where you get them, because they're junk fish in Florida. They're invasives and all that, but they are gorgeous. Awesome fish. But no, I've got a fox face. I can't tell you which one. It's yellow and it doesn't have the spot. I like spots. And he's about 6 inches, I guess, 5.5, 6 inches. And he's got those dorsal spines you don't want to touch because they will mess you up. And he knows they're venomous. He throws them up there sometimes when another big fish messes with him. I've been stuck by a pleco. Oh gosh, yeah. And hey, Brandon, I just realized who was there. Brandon's our guest. I think it's the same Brandon. Tomorrow night on Reptiles. So we're looking forward to that. And he's got some snakes I haven't seen. I kept Freshwater. Oh, hey, Freshwater. I'm going to move this camera a little bit so I can see what you guys are seeing and also see the chat. Different Brandon. Okay. That's Brandon Torbett, and he's BT something Boas. BT, I don't know. It's a cool name. I just have a bad memory. I'm old, don't you know? Well, welcome the other Brandon. I'm beginning to wonder if I should try to get him out of that bag, which I'm fairly comfortable doing since he's nestled up against his body, about a foot down his body there. That's what that first loop you see is. So he can't go sideways that way. From what I've seen about these guys, they're pretty much forward strikers. A lot of boas strike to the side, and I mean quick. I mean, they just go to the side. They don't even have to uncoil. Solomon Island boas are bad about that. I've seen videos of them. Really, maybe I just need to get bit and won't be as nervous anymore. I've been bit twice now. One time was a total surprise. I thought, oh no, I can't see my hand. And it was my ball python about a year ago, the bigger one I have. He was maybe 2.5 feet then. He's 3 or more now. But anyway, I was feeding him and couldn't see my hand and had the smell of mice probably on my hands. And he was in shed. So of course he saw my finger light up and it smelled like mice. And he tagged me, hand, but he tagged me like right there. And as soon as he got me, it was just like a needle stick, but it didn't last as long as a needle stick, and it scared him to death. I think because he let go immediately, and he had stuck me and gone back to the substrate, his head, before I even had time to realize he bit me. It bled real good. It hit a couple little veins, and I was on a live stream, somebody else's, Terry Carver's live stream, and so it was a great show. Great for. He did clips of it, kind of like Dee Dee busting her butt, falling off the stool. He did clips of it, and they were all around, going viral of that. So it was cool. But I learned that it wasn't that bad with a snake that size, and the teeth were really sharp. So my diabetic lancet, a needle that I should use a lot more than I do, hurts a whole lot more than that snake bite did. And then about a month or two ago, I had dropped a mouse in the G-stripe ball python's habitat, and the forceps thing, and it had been looking at the mouse, and I thought, I bet it's going to bite me. It's probably 50-50 if it bites me, and I know it's not going to be that bad if it does. And I thought, so I just put my hand on down to pick up the mouse, and it bit me. It tagged me, but it didn't hurt. I mean, I could tell it bit me, but so I've been bit twice. One that was just my stupid carelessness, and the other one was I didn't care if I got bit. So sure, some snake bites really hurt. I've seen video of ones that really people need stitches and they bleed, and of course if they hit an artery or something, it's a whole different level. But I have read that these guys, I'm going to just call him he and not worry about it, and Theo is the name I think that I want for this snake. I don't know why, but we'll see if it fits. It's moving its eyes around, but it has not budged its head. And you lean up here and see if it's flicking its tongue. It's breathing good, and it's breathing slow and regular, so it's not stressed right now. It's going to fill up that 75-gallon tank for sure. These are semi-arboreal, and they love humidity. They don't like it real hot. It's having it too dry. Clint said too dry and too hot, and you'll kill it. But if you get those right, it'll be fine. And Dave Kaufman is another video. I'm looking for him. in the wild and just did a video about a week ago about them and found them in the wild, but the conditions they're living in is what he was showing. So it was kind of rainforest. And so right now I've got the ash or birch, I'm not sure which, shavings in there. So we'll see how that goes. And I've got some good hiding places. I've got a heat pad over to the right side, over past the water, not under the water. And I've got a heat lamp up top. Got plenty of stuff to climb on. All this was wood that was in that tank when it had water in it. So, all right. Mike, what would you do? Would you stand here and talk 6 hours? Because that's probably what he'll do, is sit right there and not move. Hold Yazzie up there by the toenails and see if it baits him out. I'm inclined to kind of go around where you can see me, to the side, the back kind of, and touch him through the bag. Of course, he can tear me up. He kind of burped or hiccuped or something, moved his head a little bit there. But if anybody has advice and you know what you're talking about, please share. Freshwater, I don't think he'll move as he's probably terrified. Oh, I'm sure he is. Wouldn't be surprised if he'll bite as a result either. See, that's the thing, is if that's a very, very strong possibility. The thing is, I couldn't get any backstory on them. Being adults, I suspect that they were probably, I would let him make first move. Well, this could get to be a long, long, long video. Should I pick the bag back up carefully by the edges, not getting bit? Hey, Nona. Hey, Craig. Hey, Don. And set it down in the habitat, possibly. And I can put him under the heat lamp over there on the pad and get out of his face. I just don't want to get too far from him, because if he gets on the run, that's a whole different ball game. Is Santa coming? Yeah, reach in the bag, Don. He's not coming here, no. Oh, you're talking about the fish film? No, no, no. Definitely not. Not that I'm aware of, he's not. Never dealt with, Never dealt with adult rainbow, but I personally make a first introduction to his new setup with snake hands on. Okay. Yeah, dive in. Now he's set up, he's in blue, I wouldn't reach for him. Well, I wasn't going to go right up in his face. He slightly lifted his head then. Is it a present? It's probably more exciting than a lump of coal. See, most of his body, there's none of him over here in the front of this bag. It's all back there. I don't, but I'm wanting to have some experience with them. Get a children's so I can see how you like it. Me. I've been thinking about the children's for a long time, for their uniqueness, for sure. Well, we've been going 24 minutes. I guess nobody's forcing anybody to stay here, and I can always edit it and take all of this stuff out. Just slice and dice it. Thank you for the likes. I got 3 likes somehow. Probably sympathy likes. Those count too, don't they? You can see some of that gorgeous pattern they're famous for. I would almost be tempted to put him in the bag in the new setup. No negative interaction, but then no actual interaction. That's what I'm standing here thinking. If I close the bag back, that's going to probably decrease his stress. And I can get the edge of that bag back there without him seeing my hand. Yeah, for sure, the part that's sticking up to our left. Thought it was telling Bob to what? Get a child to touch it first. Something's wrong with you, Sam. Hey, Scuba Steve. I bet Scuba Steve knows. You want a present? Just reach in the bag and grab it, Steve. Feed the children out. That's the best thing I've heard today. Yep. But anyway, if I can get the edge of that bag and bring it up slowly over him, he may freak out and dart out, or he may just lay there, or he may strike at the bag, which has my hand right through the very thin linen. Oh, you would? Here, give me your hand. Here. I'm dying to see how big it is. That sounded all wrong, didn't it? He's 40 to 65 inches. Just make people worry. You know what you're talking about, snakes. Just makes people worry. There's a spider. There's a spider. If it was a spider, I'd be had my rate up here. No, I don't care about spiders as long as I don't have to handle them. I didn't think about putting his bag down in that habitat before I untied it. And I don't know that I could. That's a 75-gallon tank, so it's pretty tall. Let's see what he does. You all may have to tell me, because I can't see anything except about loop that's out there in front of him. All of him's back here. A lot of him's back here. He's stacked like 3 loops back in the back of his bag. Hey, Bubby. Turned his head toward me a little bit, or maybe that's my bifocals. No, he definitely turned a little. I could just pick him up and pour him out into that tank. Not. That would really make him unhappy. So, this is what I'm thinking about doing right here. And of course, he can skeet out of there anytime. He's heavy, let me tell you. I bet this snake does weigh 5 pounds or more. You have him like that, just hanging like that. He is heavy. Of course, the lid's not looking far enough. Twitching him. He's sticking still. I made it over here. Sorry for the picture. No picture, but I'm trying to get the bag kind of opened again. The lighting is much better. He hadn't even moved. Stayed exactly like he was. Just touched him. Just touched him and kind of moved. I'm going to take the camera over there so we can see down in there. He's cold. Snakes feel cold anyway, but he's cold. He hadn't warmed up enough yet, so he's right under a heat lamp there. See, he raised his head up. I touched him right behind the head. He's got some light on him. We can see him a little better. I couldn't get the bag open any better than that without losing a couple of fingers. That's the bowl up there. But it's not going to be big enough. Your neck looks uncomfortable. Have no idea how old it is, what sex, how big it is. Make sure I got a hasty escape for my fingers here. Oh, you can see, look at the iridescence on him. Oh my gosh. So he may not be in shed. Here he comes around like, who's in my lair? Hey, Bubby. No, he's not in shed. He's not blue. I bet you could come straight up from there if you wanted to, that whole 2 feet. It's not to me. The only way it would be important is if I decided to breed it, and if it's a cool snake, I might consider breeding it, but I've got to figure out how old it is and try to get some more info on it. But look at that iridescence, and that's sitting in a dark bag. Let's see if I can balance this camera, kinda, and get out of its face. Maybe I can't. Sorry. You know, everything here's only the finest, wrong setup and camera equipment. He is beautiful. He sees those fingers, don't you, Bubby? I couldn't resist that if I were you. You know, when my phone falls in there, I'm going to be screwed. What? Hey, Wyoming. Our mate killed our other mate 2 days ago. What was that, Craig? This damn camera. The only other snake I want is a carpet. I want a carpet python and a green tree snake too. Yep, for sure. If that falls, it's going to fall in. That's the best I can get that camera without it falling in. Our mate murdered out another mate. Oh my gosh. He's turning himself almost imperceptibly. I think I pronounced that word wrong. Can y'all see him move like a half a scale at a time? He said, let me get my neck turned around here and I'll give you a little kiss. Yellowstone, I guess I did know you're from Wyoming. Yellowstone, duh. Heard about it 2 days ago, but didn't know it was them. Ah. I've got some small rats in the freezer that he probably didn't want to eat. They probably fasted it before they sent it, but who knows. I ordered him over the weekend and asked him to ship. Let's see, Saturday I ordered him and asked him to ship him our warmest day, night and day, that fell just below their requirements, but they sent him anyway. There's his tongue. Look at that big old red tongue. Purple red. Was last night to today, so. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. He arrived this afternoon, and I was at the Ark volunteering today, and but I had to run over and get him, but he sat outside 2 hours. But I took him inside the Ark, and he feels a little cool still, but he'll warm up right there. He's under this heat lamp that's right beside the camera, and there's a pad not right under him, but near him there, heat pad. That is terrible. Ooh, I just remembered my coffee. Y'all yell and tell me if he starts climbing out of there, okay? Well, only if he gets one of the chihuahuas. Otherwise, he's welcome to crawl around for a minute. His eyes look like they're gold with black in the middle. He's taking big, deep breaths. Love his colors. I know, I wish I could see him. We can see the iridescence. All right. I probably shouldn't do this, but let me back away and be quiet for a second. Let's see if he tries to dash. that? Ah, what a good boy. Sitting right there. So that's about how long it'll take me to run and get my coffee in the next room. I don't think he's going to move. Guys, I don't know if you all can see. No, it's just off camera. But the green iridescence behind his neck, you can't see it. Here we go. We'll screw around up here. Still can't see it. You see that green behind his neck? And actually where that loop curls over directly to our left, that's not green on him, it's the iridescence, it's the rainbow. He is gorgeous. Can't get the camera where you can see a lot of the green, but there's a streak of it. You can see a little behind his neck. It goes all the way over to that loop over there. Okay, I'm gonna try to get my coffee. If he likes coffee, maybe he'll come out. There, we can see the green more. Yeah, the camera's not gonna stay there though. I need Chattanooga Ed here. He and James, I talked to Ed a few minutes ago, and he was so sweet. He messaged me and said we're going to be getting ice and stuff tonight, and be careful. And I told him I was going to do this in a few minutes, and he said he and James were working on James's internet, that it was screwy, and James was going live at 8, so they were trying to get that done. I said, fine, I guess that's more important than watching me talk about snakes. No, I didn't. Ed's a real sweetheart, but y'all know that. It's super cool having him as a neighbor. All right, if that'll stay there. I think this snake's a lot prettier than I expected it to be. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Here I come again. All little snakies, don't be scared. Here I come. There he is. Yikes. He's a lot bigger than the ball pythons I have, I'll tell you that. Smell that coffee? It's just the thing. Just the thing. I'm getting hot standing over this lamp. The only thing it did was flick its tongue once. Good observations. If I go on safari, Sam, you're going with me. And I might do that. You don't know. I've been looking at travel trailers, like the little teardrop ones, the ones that you can only get like 2 people in. And the little kitchens are outside, locked under the back. I pull with my truck. Getting ready to load up 4 dogs and 20 snakes and take off. I know one thing, the camera does not show how pretty that green is. Are you thinking that, oh, there is that? No, scratch that. We'll get a motel, 2 different rooms. I wasn't thinking that, but I'm glad you reminded me of those lips. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, those lips. I have nightmares about those lips. It's amazing how this is a good camera. It's whatever, iPhone 11. But that green, even though it's really pretty on the camera, is nothing like what it is looking right at it. No cuddling, exactly Wyoming. Sam's just been a little too free with his lips, where I'm concerned. Oh, I've got a heat lamp on my back. Let me take this out of the way and put it back. Well, I can leave that there, but if I sit down and have coffee, I can't see what y'all are saying. I would cuddle Bob so hard. You might break me. That doesn't sound like any fun. Not at all. How do you get him in his tank? Oh, he's in the bag he came in, and I just opened the top and eased him down in there. I swear that looks so uncomfortable, holding his neck sideways like that. He doesn't look mean. I mean, they don't have expressions per se, but he doesn't look mean or mad. He looks like he's sizing me up, though. He looks very wise. I really wish I knew if they were captive bred, captive caught, if they were breeders there and they were selling them off, how old it is, all that stuff. I know the babies they had, or the juveniles, were twice the price of the big one. So I thought, well, I can get one going. I've never got a full-grown snake before, ever. He's probably super lethargic. Yeah, for sure. Just like those anoles that I forgot about. They're sitting over there warming up. They're going to go in with the other anoles and some ball pythons soon. I thought I'd let them get their running legs. Yeah, he's definitely breathing, taking some deep breaths. See, all he can see is this net, this wire up above him and me, and that light in his eyes. It's got to be bright. I don't even know if he can see me. How's that? How is that? Is that any better? Can you see now? I didn't think about that. He probably couldn't even see anything but that light in his eyes. I'm going to tickle him on the nose and see what he thinks of that. Yeah, I didn't think about the light being right in his face like that. Only a 1.5 feet away. This tank smells good. Ooh, it didn't 2 2 days ago when I took the water out. Boop his snoot. Yeah, he'd probably boop my snoot. I'd probably be eating through a feeding tube for the rest of my days. It gets my face. He looks a little more relaxed without that light. If we had a chair to tie him to and a belt or something to smack him with, I bet he'd talk. They really are. And they definitely have personalities. And you get to know them. Two of my new ball pythons are so much fun. If I just go over there or miss their habitat, they both come out and they're like, feed us, feed us. They're friendly little birds or something. I've got to get this room organized somehow. Reptiles Facebook, special guest. B&T's Radical Boas. That's who I was wondering if Brandon was. They both are real nice people. I haven't talked to her, but I've seen their videos and they do a real good play off of each other really well. My favorite color on this snake is oh, he's like, put your finger on down. I've got my finger right there. Can't get my finger over where the camera is, darn it. Where the loop is coming up kind of beside his head, and the lightest color in the center of that design. It's not a circle, but enclosure. It's really pretty. "48 minutes. Oh, that's right. James and Ed are going to be going in 10 minutes. I'll definitely be off here before then. If he comes out later, I will do a video of him. Oh, there's my lawyer just messaged me. I was taking my lawyer. He's in hospice. He's the ARC's lawyer too, to lunch tomorrow. I was going to go pick him up so his wife wouldn't have to bring him in. Plus so it could just be the guys. I messaged him a while ago. It's going to be like 12 degrees at lunchtime tomorrow to see if he was still up for that. When we planned this, we didn't know what the weather was going to be. When I laid my finger on the edge, he looked. He barely looked. I saw you look. Corn snakes are the most fun to play with and kind of tease. Deep freeze gets over soon. Like they'll chase my finger through the glass. If I run my finger along the glass, they'll follow it along. And if I zip it back, they'll zip their heads back. They're funny. I bet you're tired because you shipped out about 9:30 last night and been in transit. I counted 13 different places that he had stopped or switched, at a different station or whatever, counting the delivery, 13 places. So he's been busy the last 24 hours. Well, the last 18 hours. He's been here a while, 19 hours. I wish I could see that color below that circle. It almost looks like a raspberry or right down at the very bottom. I'm starting to, it's the substrate in here, the shavings. They made me cough when I put it in here, so. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out with me and talking and offering advice and asking questions. I'm going to shut it down and leave him alone. Put some clips on here, like 50 million clips. And I'm going to put 10 on. And bye, love. See you later, Sam. Get some help, Sam. See you later, Wyoming. And I'll close out with my dragon shirt if I don't mess up this. There we go. Only $15. Thanks, guys. See you later. Merry Christmas, Billie Jean. Hey, BJ. How do I get out of here? Bye.